his dad, of course, is wrong. I mean, there are no other ways or words to describe how wrong his father was, and we all know this. Um, what I don't like that his father did was his dad, as he did a cowardly thing, in my opinion. He shifted the blame from himself to his mother. That's a coward, and I'll tell you why. This man, this Jewish man, raised Jewish, very strong Jewish ties, wanted to marry a woman who was a non-Jew. She was Muslim, okay? And to marry this Muslim woman who he felt like he loved past himself, he converted to be a Muslim so he could marry this woman. That choice number one, he converted to become Muslim, okay? So he defied his mama at that moment in time. It was like, mama, I hear what you're saying, but I'm gonna do what I want to do. He became Muslim. So he lived this life with his wife, who was then having children, only to have his Jewish mother tugging at him. My problem with that is, you are a man to step out and marry this Muslim woman. You can be a man to be a man enough to be a husband and be a father to your children and be a husband to your wife. Your mother, the Torah clearly states, the Torah clearly states that a man, when he gets married, he separates himself from his mother, his father, his family, and he clings to his wife. I mean, I know that from Torah and from the Gospels and from the prophets, old and major and minor prophets, that I know he knows it probably better than I do. So to hear this man say that his mom would not allow him to reach out to his own children because they were goyim or non-Jews, I thought that was crazy, because I couldn't. I mean, I was like, he's a coward. This man is a coward among cowards. I mean, his mom is at a ripe old age of what, 90? She's sitting there just chewing air. You see her mouth just moving. You don't know what the hell she put in her mouth, but she just moving, looking cross-eyed and crazy. She probably didn't even know what was going on in the room. Who knows? Okay, and I know Jewish moms are very, very strong, just like black mothers are. Very, very strong. We want it the way we want it. We want it our way. We expect our kids to be seen and not heard, and we expect you to do, to live your life in a way that represents not only yourself but your family. However, there comes a time that when you are a man, you have to grab your nuts and say, listen, this is how I'm going to do what I'm going to do. The fact that this man took off took off from his kids and basically cut himself from his kids tells me so many things about this man. Okay, he cheated. I'm not saying that, that cheating is something that you take lightly, but hell, I mean, there are worse things. Let's just be honest, okay? So he cheated on your mother. That was something she could not forgive. So, so she couldn't forgive it. So she wanted to divorce him, and they got divorced, and he moved to New York. But it's so important that people realize that even though you divorce the person, you don't divorce your children. And the fact that this man went to New York City, but basically said, turn his back on his kids, man, I don't even, I don't understand that. I don't understand it. And I just, now, and I'm just I'm a little twisted a little bit at Reza, because, he made the statement, he was like, I hate that bitch. You out of line. That, I mean, I don't know much about the Quran verbatim, but I know the Quran tells you to respect those who come before you. You out of line, no matter what the belief is. If she told your father to not deal with you guys because you were non-Jews and your father listened, the blame is still on your father. It's not on her. Yes, she was weak-minded. She didn't do the smart thing. But for you to disrespect that woman like that, I mean, Yahweh is not. He's not pleased with that. He's not pleased with your father, and I guarantee you his life has not been golden. And he's not pleased with your grandmother. I guarantee you she's gone through her, her trials and tribulations herself. But when the Bible says that we are to respect our mothers, and fathers, it didn't say we respect them as long as they do right by us. It says that we respect them, period. So that long life will be added to us. Done. No matter what my mom has done, didn't do, couldn't do, should have done, I thought she could have done, whatever I could possibly say. My father, same thing. Okay, he wasn't there. Then he came, he showed up, and he didn't do this, but he did this, and he didn't do that. So what? They're my parents. For me to have long life, for God to honor me, and for God to honor my children, I must respect my parents. regardless of what. I don't necessarily like everything that they've done or that they do. No, I mean, I don't think anyone does. But I respect them enough to know that, listen, we gonna agree to disagree, or we can sit down as adults and have a conversation, and I should be able to express myself to you and let you know how deeply you hurt me and give you the opportunity to make that right. So, when it comes to Reza, I understand the tears. I understand the emotion, and I hope that you went back to your grandmother or your father and your grandmother and asked them to forgive you, because no matter how much hurt you've experienced, it's not worth your soul. It's not worth your life. None of that is worth that. I mean, my oldest daughter right now is in a situation where she has seasonal grandparents. Seasonal. You know what I'm saying? When the seasons change, they may call. You know what I'm saying? I mean, my daughter's been alive for 16 years, and I can probably count on one hand, on my first three fingers, the number of times her paternal grandparents have called her and wished her a happy birthday. Merry, we don't celebrate Christmas. We do Hanukkah, but hell, I mean, they celebrate Christmas. What about a phone call saying Merry Christmas? Or what about just anything? How are you doing? I can count on one hand a number of times. But at any given rate, I don't raise my daughter to hate them. I don't raise my daughter to disrespect them. I don't raise my daughter to see them any differently than she should. I have my personal opinion of them, but even in spite of that, I don't disrespect them. I don't. It's not worth it. You know, in spite of everything, Yahweh has taken care of my family. He has taken care of my children. He's blessed us beyond measure. So, if I could just express anything to anyone who's watching this video, please, no matter what your parents have or have not done, what they could or could not do, honor them, because it's beyond you. It goes beyond your parents. It's about you, and it's about your kids, and it's about your lineage and your heritage. Honor them as much as you possibly can. And if you find that you cannot, then go your way. But don't speak bad of them. Don't speak evil of them, but bless them with your words and your thoughts. So, guys, I've done about 2 vlogs, well, about 4 vlogs and all. I told you I wasn't gonna cut it. I'm gonna probably break it up into little pieces and everything. You can kind of watch them watch them consecutively. But leave your comments, and I'll see you later.